Live from WTOC, the news starts now with breaking news.
Very devastating that watching your kids' faces when you tell them that they wake up and go to school from a house, and then you pick them up and you have to tell them that they lost everything.
We got 2 houses.
Families will never be the same again after wildfires in Brantley County and various other parts of the state of Georgia and throughout the southeast, destroying their homes and livelihoods. Thank you for joining us here on The News at 4. I'm Mike Sela. Behind me, the scene many families are having to deal with, and some returning to Brantley County to find this, where some of the worst fires still burning right now. Wildfires leaving a path of destruction, burning homes and forcing evacuations. In fact, the Highway 82 fire has destroyed more than 50 structures at this point, fueled by the worst drought conditions the state has seen in over a decade. Our Cam McCann is there in Brantley County speaking to families and officials as the fight to get these fires under control. Cam, what is the very latest?
Mike, we have seen fire trucks flying around all day. One actually just came down the street behind me. And you can see also behind me the cloud of smoke. That's smoke right there. That's where the fire is originating from. That's where firefighters are battling that smoke right now. 15% contained. That's up from 10% contained yesterday. That was the update that we got earlier today. The Georgia Forestry Commission is one of the many agencies that's out here today putting in a hand. And communication, of course, is key. Now, I talked with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Ranger Susie Heisey. Now, she's helping organize their base here at the Brantley County Airport. Heisey says that while it's a process that looks like it'll take weeks, crews are slowly containing the fire.
Firefighters were able to catch their breath a little bit last night. We did see good humidity recovery, and they were able to get back out there early this morning after morning briefing. So we're looking at the fire now being 15% contained and just under 5,000 acres.
Now, people in the county are working together to keep the devastation from spreading to outside of the fire. Not just the first responders, but actual residents. One food truck business here started handing out free meals at a local city hall. They pointed me to a family that welcomed 5 others into their home that were displaced from the fire. Coming on The News at 5, I'll have that interview for you, as well as some information from a 4:30 press conference where we're going to get an update from where this firefight is at. For now, though, live in Brantley County, Cam McCann, WTOC News.
All right. Thank you, Cam. Well, Governor Brian Kemp has issued a state of emergency. The Georgia Forestry Commission has issued a first ever mandatory burn ban for 91 counties. You can see them in the lower half of South Georgia here. They have that burn ban in effect for at least 30 days. They're going to ban all outdoor burning, including yard debris, prescribed burns, and agricultural burns as the wildfire risks continue to climb. And right now, we do want to check to see with that first alert forecast if there is any rain in sight. We know the drought conditions are here, the burn ban in place. Dave, we need that rain desperately.
Yeah, and there's nothing really in sight for us here over the next day or so. And you talk about the burn ban for Georgia. It's not just Georgia. We have a burn ban for the entire state of South Carolina until further notice. So we are dry all across our immediate viewing area, and that's really not going to be changing. We're going to see a lot more of that smoke continuing as that fire you mentioned in Brantley County, only about 15% contained. The larger fire is the one down there in Eccles and into Clinch County. That's blowing a lot of smoke across central and western areas of Georgia. But we're going to keep the winds generally moving most of that smoke for the rest of today into out towards the west. Overnight to tomorrow morning, that starts to shift a little bit more to this out of the southwest, the winds. So that'll push some of the smoke here across the Savannah area up into the low country as well. So the smoke could be a little bit thicker possibly coming up here for tomorrow. You can see the motion of the smoke right now. There's the fire over with the smoke in Waynesville, and you can see the direction of that smoke heading into a lot of southern areas there of Wayne County. But it's dry and warm all across the inland areas, mid to upper 80s, inland upper 70s of the coast. Next several hours, no real big changes, keeping it dry. 73 there at that 8 o'clock hour. There is some rain, though, in that first alert 7-day forecast, and we're going to tell you when coming up in just a few minutes.
My house is gone.
You've just heard a woman in Brantley County returning to her home only to see everything gone, destroyed by wildfires. The home went up in flames just 30 minutes after an evacuation, causing the homeowner to lose everything.
It wasn't panic until we seen the fire over the tree line. I mean, it changed in a matter of 20 minutes, and I mean the temperature went from being cool and all right to just being hot automatically. It went up probably 10-15 degrees just in a matter of 15-20 minutes.
Went up very quick. Check out this video from South Georgia showing just how high the flames can reach above the trees, and if that wind blows, watch out, leaving massive plumes of dark smoke rising into the skies, and that's how that wildfire is spreading. In Waynesville, just east on Highway 82, you're taking a look at what was once a wedding chapel at Covenant Acres. The cars and chapel reduced to rubble, just one of the over 50 buildings destroyed by the wildfires.
But even if they haven't been given the go-ahead to evacuate, if they feel unsafe, go ahead, get in your cars, evacuate, roll up the windows, and go to a safer space. Meanwhile, stay indoors.
Now, even if you're miles from the flames, the smoke can still hit where you live. In Savannah, Memorial Health is seeing patients come to the emergency room because of the smoke that's traveled across the area. The simplest step is also the most important, and that's avoid outdoor activities to limit how much smoke you would actually breathe in. Other safety tips include creating a clean room where there are fewer windows like a bedroom, keeping it closed off and running an air cleaner to create a safe breathing space. Reducing indoor pollution is very important as well, so they recommend don't use candles, fireplaces, gas stoves, or aerosol sprays. It's best to not vacuum too, which can stir up fine particles. Also protect your pets and limit their exercise during this time. These simple steps can help protect your lungs and your family during times of poor air quality. Now, Brantley County is in need of resources trying to get those fires under control at this point, and local agencies are working around the clock to protect life and property. Our Mackenzie Baker shares how Pooler Fire and Rescue is heading out to help out the South Georgia community in their time of need.
Pooler Fire Rescue is one of several departments in the region sending out crews to help fight the wildfire in Brantley County. Today alone, they sent out 2 crew members in a brush truck and will continue to provide support as needed. The Pooler firefighters will join emergency personnel on the ground Thursday for a 12-hour shift, returning home right after. Friday, 2 more crew members will head out to battle the blaze. Station 1 Captain Josh Daniels says the cycle will continue at the very least through the weekend. The vehicle they're sending will stay at the staging area in Nahana for now. Captain Daniels says the brush truck is specially equipped to fight wildfires. Its smaller size makes navigating smaller areas easier, and the wide tires make moving over grassy terrain less of a challenge. When the 2-man crew arrives, Captain Daniels says they'll find out where and how their assistance is needed.
And basically what happens is they go out and, they're either protecting structures down there or they're trying to get ahead of the fire and put out spot fire so that it, lessens the spread of the fire from where it's at.
Pooler Fire Rescue has assisted with wildfires in the past, and Captain Daniels says the department takes pride in being able to help keep people safe at home and throughout the state when called upon. As the situation continues to develop, be sure to stick with us on air and online at WTOC.com. In Pooler, Mackenzie Baker, WTOC News.
Well, coming up here on the News at 4, WTOC has obtained new documents revealing why a Liberty County commissioner is accused of felony child abuse. Plus, President Trump is threatening strikes in the Strait of Hormuz. We'll have a live report from Washington up next.